The Architect and the Shifting Foundation. Aramis Thorne was known in financial circles as the Architect. He didn't build skyscrapers. He built minds, specifically the minds of those who worked under him. His latest project was Livia, a driven, perceptive analyst with a remarkable sense of fairness and an irritating tendency toward independent moral judgment. Aramis didn't want Livia to quit. He wanted her ambition, her fire, channeled directly into his agenda. Phase 1. The Principle of Gradual Contradiction. Aramis began by implementing the principle of gradual contradiction, a tactic designed to destabilize Livia's internal sense of truth, without her ever being able to pinpoint the source of the discomfort. He would routinely leave two sets of conflicting instructions on her desk. Example: Instruction Set A, Morning. Aggressively target competitor X using leveraged short selling. Instruction Set B, Afternoon unsigned note. Pull back on X. We need to maintain the appearance of market stability. When Livia inevitably asked for clarification, Aramis would feign confusion and disappointment. Livia, I was perfectly clear you have the notes. Why are you wasting time questioning basic directives? He wasn't contradicting himself. He was making her feel that her interpretation of his perfectly clear command was flawed. Phase 2. The Manufactured Scapegoat. Livia had a close relationship with an older colleague, Dominic, who often mentored her on company history and ethics. Dominic represented a threat to Aramis's control. Aramis initiated the manufactured scapegoat strategy. He began leaving subtle but highly visible fabricated documents in Livia's shredding bin, documents that seemed to imply Dominic was planning to leave and take key company data. He then called Livia into his office, feigning great sadness. Livia, I trust you, so I need to ask a difficult question. I've noticed Dominic has been behaving strangely. Do you know anything about his sudden lack of commitment? Livia defended Dominic fiercely. Aramis nodded sadly. I respect your loyalty, Livia, but loyalty can blind you. Just observe him for me, for the company's sake. Keep this confidential. Aramis hadn't accused Dominic. He had merely recruited Livia as an internal spy, forcing her to view her friend through a lens of suspicion provided by the very person controlling her. The resulting internal conflict was devastating. She felt she was betraying Dominic by watching him, but she felt she was betraying Aramis and the company by not watching him. Phase 3. The Confessional Mirror. Livia, exhausted and isolated, eventually sought Aramis's counsel, confiding her crippling confusion and anxiety. This was the moment Aramis had built toward. He listened patiently, showing deep empathetic concern. He became her confessional mirror. Livia, he said softly, putting his hand on her shoulder. You are brilliant, but your greatest flaw is your need for external validation. You rely too much on your old habits and the opinions of others, like Dominic. You must shed that dependency. He concluded the session not by giving her a solution, but by assigning her a new impossible project that required her to cut off contact with all other departments. I need you to complete this in total isolation. I know this task is frightening, but this fear is good. You must embrace it. When you succeed in this isolation, you will no longer need your old foundation. Your truth will be based only on the results you delivered to me. Livia accepted the task with grim determination. She cut off Dominic, ignored her remaining contacts, and buried herself in the work. When she emerged, successful but emotionally drained, Aramis didn't praise the report. He praised her discipline and her self-reliance, meaning her reliance on the structure he had forced upon her. Aramis had successfully eroded her intrinsic motivation and replaced it with extrinsic validation tied solely to his approval. Livia was now a high-performing instrument, ambitious and fiercely loyal, with no independent moral compass to slow her down. The new foundation had been laid, and Aramis, the architect, stood firmly, in control, of the building.